Mhm. What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of BITBE182 podcast. It's going to be everything set up and we'll be ready to go. Everyone's day's going well, week's going well, weekend going well. I don't know what the story's going to be with next week because I am traveling for family vacation next week. So I'm not sure if I'm going to do the podcast from the Carolinas or not, and I don't get back till the following Monday. So there's a chance that there won't be an episode on Tuesday, or if I do, I just do it without a microphone and without my uh, lighting. So I'm gonna have to see if there is even gonna be an episode next week. The week after that, hopefully I can. But then again, I'm also gonna be in the Carolinas on a family trip. Till from like Monday to Monday, pretty much. So it's gonna make it tough. So there might not be an episode the next 2 weeks. Just given that trip, and it's not really like something I vlog from because it's pretty much just like me being with my mom's side family for a trip we do like every few years. Uh, so probably not gonna be an episode next week, and probably not the week after that. Just a heads up. I wasn't even thinking about that until today, and I'm like, oh yeah, that affects my podcast, right? So this might be the last episode before the semester starts. But we'll see. Maybe I could pull a rabbit out of my hat and I do something from the Carolinas. Maybe not. Um, but yeah, at the moment I'm not sure. So it's truly just going to depend on how things work out with bringing my if I bring my computer. Um, I'll keep you guys updated. If I do end up doing an episode next week, then I would also do the week after that because I would have my stuff with me to be able to do the notes. Otherwise, there won't be an episode the next 2 weeks, and then it won't start again until we're back in back with class, which is going to be interesting to figure what I'm going to do with fall semester. Given I have no idea what to expect with these classes, and I have a class every day, so except for Friday and Sunday. So I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting situation, but we'll see. Trying to think if there's any other notes. Trying to think. No, yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, that's the update for the next few weeks. I just don't know what the story's gonna be in the next 2 weeks. Just ultimately depends on if I'm able to while out there. I gotta start thinking about that now. Now that I think about it, if I'm able to. Um, Probably won't. If I were to do it next week after that, I'll be back here by Tuesday, hopefully. But if I were to do it next week, I wouldn't have my mic, and I wouldn't have my lighting, and it would just be me from a house in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina. But we'll see. Um, and there's not really like a vlog I did recently, like a post end vlog from the WWE show I went to. And I'm pretty much not going to any games for before school starts again. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the story. It's pretty sure. Yeah, because once I get back, it's pretty much just that week, and then I start again Sunday already, and Monday. I'm off for then Tuesday fully start. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe if I could like pre-record something, maybe, but realistically, chances are probably not going to be something next 2 weeks. But we'll have to see. Honestly, now that I think about it, maybe for that week where I start school, I do the episode Monday where I have the off day. Because NFL's not going to be back. The only thing that starts that weekend is college football, which Ohio State plays Texas. And I think week 0 is the week before. I'm curious to see something there. week 0. So that's the Saturday on the Carolinas. Yeah, because week 0 is we got around the Carolinas. And then week 1 would be that weekend before. Yeah. Just remind me, when is week 1 of football? We're in preseason of NFL, which, by the way, I do not cover preseason, so I will not be talking about preseason at all. If you want to know about preseason, just look it on the internet, because I'm not someone who cares about preseason, and I don't cover preseason. So don't try coming here for preseason knock, because I will not talk preseason. The only thing that cares about matters in preseason is just if there's injuries, and that's like pretty much it. Yeah, let's just get into this week's episode. So, what's up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Betting Booth Podcast, episode 182. Thank you all so much for the support to this point. Very much do appreciate it. Let's get into it. So, today's Immaculate Grid team options. Teams going across is Pirates, Tigers, and 40 plus career WAR. Going down is Reds, Padres, and Cleveland. Pirates, Cleveland. I'm going to go Ralph Kiner. 3%, I will take that. Cleveland, Detroit. I believe Cy Young fits there. Oh, Joey fits. 1%, I will take that. Padres, Pirates. Padres, Pirates. Musgrove fits. The overpick, where I don't know if he. Actually, no, I don't know if he ever played in MLB for the Padres. Yeah, no. And also as a Diamondback before the Pirates, not Padre. I don't know why I thought it was stupid. Um, Padres and Pirates. Jason Bay, I don't think. And some Volquez, I want to say. I think Volquez played for both. And Ensign Volquez. He did. That's how I'm going to go. 0.6%, I will take that. Padres, Tigers. I could go Ian Kinsler, but he's probably gonna be a high common answer. Who else can I go for Padres and Tigers? Padres, Tigers. I don't think Luis Gonzalez played for both. Justin Upton fits, but that's probably gonna be a common answer as well. I don't think Chris Young played for both. Who have played for both Padres and Tigers? Detroit and San Diego. Verlander, no. Scherzer, no. Anibal, no. Robbie Ray, no. Drew Smiley, no. Neither of the Wilsons. Tigers, Padres. Um, unless somehow I don't think he did, but I don't know, shock me. Yeah, no, he did not. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Or no, actually, he didn't play for. Take never mind. Thinking the other Upton, BJ Upton, but he didn't play for Detroit. Like back to square one. Suarez. Uh, this. Oh, underrated. 6%, decently high, but I'll honestly take it because I was head scratching other choices. Pirates, Reds, and Reds, Tigers. I have someone that fits both of them. The question is, which is going to be a more common spot? Sean Casey fits both, unless no, that was being too generous. Thinking he would maybe fit the 40+ career war. I feel like he's more. Well, I mean, neither team he really is come for besides the Reds. I'm gonna put him for Reds Tigers. If I regret it, so be it. 11%. That's not awful. Oh, that's manageable. Reds Pirates. Reds Pirates. I'm being generous with this thought. Oh, actually, not far off, but doesn't fit, so I'll just use him here. Reggie Sanders. 1%, I will take that. Okay, so now just the 40+ career war column for all these. Gaylord Perry, I imagine, fit for that. 2%, I'll take that. Reds. Imagine a whole bunch of the Big Red Machine would fit. Um, imagine Votto probably. I'm gonna go Big Red Machine member Dave Concepcion. 2%, I'll take that. Cleveland 40+ career war. I imagine Feller fits. Isco probably fits. Lofton probably fits. Uh, any chance? I know he wasn't best per se defensively, but he does. I'm gonna put in Manny Ramirez. Probably gonna be a higher answer, but 12%, all things considered, not bad. And none of the answers we gave anyways ended up being top answers for their category. So that worked out. So my total rarity score is 40 top answers for each category. Reds Pirates at 22% is Earls Chapman. Reds Tigers 27% is Nick Castellanos. Reds 40 plus career WAR at 17% is Johnny Bench. Padres Pirates at 14% is Brian Giles. Padres Tigers 12% is Gary Sheffield. I forget that he played for the Tigers. Padres 40 plus career WAR at 40% is Tony Gwynn. Guardians Pirates at 26% is Carlos Santana. Guardians Tigers 20% is Victor Martinez, and Guardians 40 plus career WAR at 17% is Jim Thome. So that is it for Immaculate Grade. Switch to Daily Walkoff. So we're doing Yankees and Dodgers today. The categories will pretty much be the same, maybe except for 1 or 2 swap outs. But the categories are 1,400 plus career hits, 2000s most homers ranked 1 through 3, 2000s most homers ranked 1 through 6, and played with Alex Cora. So, guys, I imagine would probably fall under this would be those 3, probably somewhat like that, and at least to get. Okay, so that definitely helped. I definitely have someone out of place. How much will that help? That helped a lot. Okay. So I imagine the one out of place is going to be Burnett and then swap him with Kemp. Am I correct? Yes. Walk-off triple making 1 out. So the full correct answers for the Dodgers, 1,400 plus career hits. Jeremy Burnett's Rabbit Moranville, Adrian Gonzalez, 2000s most homers ranked 1 through 3, not specifically in the order per se. Sean Green, Gary Sheffield, on Adrian Beltre, 2000s most homers 4 through 6. Andre Ethier, Jeff Kemp, Matt Kemp, and played with Alex Cora, Juan Encarnacion, Jeff Weaver, and Danny Dryford. Yeah, the play with is different for each team. But the other categories are the same, just play with Jeter instead for this category. Let's configure here. Imagine that's gonna be like that. I think those 3 are there. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so definitely made a good amount of progress. But there's someone out of order. I'm imagining that's going to be Damon, but I could be incorrect. So let's swap around and see if that is correct, my theory. My theory is correct. And oddly enough, Jeter is 4 through 6 on most homers in the 2000s for the Yankees. I did not see that coming, but I'll take it. Walkoff double the 1 out. So the full correct answer is 1,400 plus career hits. Ichiro Suzuki, Jack Clark, Johnny Damon. 2000s most homers were ranked 1 through 3. Jason Giambi, Jorge Posada, A-Rod. 2000s most homers ranked 4 through 6. Derek Jeter, Hideki Matsui, Bernie Williams, and played with Derek Jeter, Chase Whitley, David Huff, and Matt Thornton. And that's going to be it for Daily Walkoff. Now I can return here. So for the notes parts, again, if you weren't here earlier, next 2 weeks, not sure if there's going to be an episode, given I'm going to be in South Carolina from Monday to Monday. It's definitely be on the tougher side, given I'm going to be traveling, be not here at home. And so not only will that affect if I were to do next week, but it could also affect the week after that. With catching up on notes, I'd have a lot to catch up on. So I don't know if I'm going to for sure do an episode. It's possible I do. It's possible I don't. I will let you know via the community tab on the YouTube channel. Audio, there's not really a way I can update on there. I don't think. Is there something I'm not thinking of? Hold on, let me see. Let me see. I'm checking my Spotify podcasting. No. Monetize now. Yeah, there's not really a way to just post update on audio. I guess maybe I could go back and edit the episode, maybe, and I don't know. But either way, that is the story for the next 2 weeks. Uh, if it was easy, I'd for sure do the next 2 weeks, but just gonna be tough given I'm gonna be in Hilton Head Island, South Carolina for 2 weeks. Hmm. Honestly, I'm going to start this episode not even notes based. I don't know what is going on with the Cubs. I mean, the trade deadline was awful, and that doesn't really help you. But they are just truly falling apart, and this number is shocking. Honestly, the fact that even recently is kind of shocking. But this season is just leaving me clueless. Like I don't even know what to say anymore. And like they're falling apart. They're losing their division lead. They're even honestly they're lucky to be even 500 with how much they've been struggling. Like I just feel like I know what's going on with this team anymore. They've completely fallen apart. I mean, even their wild card lead is well. Actually, they're lucky to even they're 4.5 up. Wow, I didn't even realize they're up that much. So they're also only 2 losses ahead of San Diego. So I'm still hoping they can pull off something. But unless they pull off the rally of a decade, they ain't getting the division back from Milwaukee. And I mean a rally of the decade because they only play Milwaukee one more time this year, and that's it. The rest of the season is pretty much just going to be hoping and praying that you could get miracle wishes for schedules. Because honestly, like originally the Cubs were supposed to have a much easier schedule, and yet the Brewers are on like 2 10-game win streaks this season, while the Cubs are just struggling to even stay abound. It's like what in the world is going? And Brewers are up 12-0, as if you couldn't rub more salt on the wound. The Brewers are up 12-0 right now, over looking for 11th win. Oh Lord! Also, something I was reflecting on. For context, I went to high school in Milwaukee. And while I was there, they were not great. They like picked it up in 18. And ever since I left there, they've been so much better of a team since I left. And more of a past than I since I left than when I was there for high school. Is that a coincidence or what? I don't know if it like I don't even know how to explain it. So yeah, this is the I'll go over the both teams' remaining schedules. Uh and both end in September. Playoffs by there are going to start September 30th. So Cubs uh, are host the Pirates this weekend, host the Brewers, which I think this is one of, if not the last time we play them this year at home. Both are at home. Then we're at Anaheim, at San Fran, at Colorado, host the Braves, host the Nats, at the Braves, host the Rays, at the Pirates, at the Reds, host the Mets, host the Cardinals. That's the end of the season schedule. Not the easiest of schedules, honestly, in hindsight. How good Milwaukee's doing and some of these other teams can be pessimistic. Yeah, not really so easy. Brewers, on the other hand, let's see. So they're playing Pittsburgh right now. Then they're in at home. Then they go to Cincinnati. Then they come to Chicago and first day is a doubleheader, by the way. Then they host the Giants, host the Diamondbacks, go to Toronto, host the Phillies, go to Pittsburgh, go to Texas, host the Cardinals, host the Angels, go to the Cardinals, go to the Padres, and go to the and host the Reds. Not, I mean, I guess in the later end it gets a bit tougher, but like the Cubs are gonna have to get a grip. Like I don't even know what to say about the season anymore. It's like that pitiful and that painful. Like just kind of funny how it's worked out. Like while I was in Wits, not great. And then all of a sudden, since I've left, it's been the exact opposite. Coincidence? Honestly, yeah. I don't have it's just crazy. Story of baseball. And you would have thought, like, oh, the Brewers got off to an awful start this year. This could be the Brewers completely falling apart, and instead they completely rebounded from that awful start and are looking like they're just gonna rule the NL Central. Like, I just don't know anymore. And as if things couldn't be worse, the Dodgers have the worst best division leader record, meaning they would be in the wild card, me having a home wild card game. And I forget how they work again. Let me see. But if it's the Cubs might have to face the Dodgers in the playoffs. Let's see. No, like the end of the once Brewers. No, okay, never mind. 3 plays 4, and then 4, and 5 plays 1. So if the playoffs were today, the Cubs would be facing the Padres, who are very hot, are 7-3 in the last 10 games, and are on a 3-game win streak. That doesn't really help the Cubs at all. It's like, man, oh man, they can't catch a break. And if they were to win that series, they'd have to face Philly. Or, yeah, I think it would be Philly. I don't know. Just a wreck. Then again, the Yankees aren't doing that much better. They've also been falling apart lately. What's going on in Yankee land? Like, everyone thought, oh, they had a great deadline. They got great pitchers. They got a good bat at third base. And then they're just like, they're more falling apart. They're 3-7 in their last 10 games. I don't know. Baseball for you. Just crazy. And the Yankees are in third place, so they're even worse than the Cubs because the Cubs are at least in second in their division. How much up are they even over the Reds? 4 wins and 8 losses. Okay, they actually have a good gap. They're probably not going to be lower than second place unless some gifted miracle happens. Cincinnati's a good amount behind. But then again, I could have said that with our lead against Milwaukee for most of the year, and well, look where we are now. Just fitting. Man, I don't even know what to say anymore about it. Either way, let's just get through the notes before I go on a full rant about it. Either way, I almost said June, we're in August. Ugh. From August 6th, Cubs beat the Reds 6-1. Kate Horton now is on a 23 and a third scoreless inning streak, which is longest by a Cubs rookie ever. I think oddly enough, he actually started tonight, so if he did, the streak's definitely over. Nope, it was Assad who started. Let's see, has Horton started since that game August 6th? Unless he'd be scheduled for tomorrow. He's scheduled for tomorrow, so we'll see, I guess, if that ends up going past tomorrow. Brewers beat the Braves 5-4. Andrew Vaughn's go-ahead solo home run in the fourth marks 28 RBIs in the first 22 games of the team, which is tied for the third most since 1920, behind 1925 Mandy Brooks 31, 1922 Red Russell Pirates 30, and 2007 Mark Share with the Braves And 1997 Moises Alou with Florida Marlins 29, and tied with 2019 Yordan Alvarez and 1952-53 Jim Greengrass with the Reds. As it for June 6th, nothing for June 7th. For June 8th, Pirates beat the Reds 3-2. Chase Burns 10 strikeouts marks his fourth career outing with 10 plus strikeouts in his first 8 career outings, making him the first starting pitcher to do so since 1893. Dodgers beat the Blue Jays 5-1. Max Scherzer and Clayton Kershaw matchup is the 12th starting pitcher matchup to face each other at least 17 years apart from their first face-off on September 7th, 2008, which, if you don't know the meme, was supposed to be Greg Maddux against Randy Johnson. Last four, John Smoltz, Greg Maddux from 1990 to 2007, David Wells, Jamie Moyer from 1990 to 2007, Randy Johnson and Jamie Moyer, 1989 to 2007, and Frank Tanana on July 11, 1973 to 1992. That's it for August 8th. For August 9th, Angels beat the Tigers 7-4. Charlie Martin, 7 straight tryouts at 41 years and 270 days old. Makes him the oldest starting pitcher since 1961 with 5 plus consecutive strikeouts in each of consecutive starts, passing 1999 Randy Johnson, 35 years, 283 days old. Last to do so at any age is August 26th to September 1st, 2023, Zach Wheeler. The 7 straight strikeouts makes him the third oldest starting pitcher to do so in a game since 1961. Younger than July 7th, 1991, Nolan Ryan, 44 years, 157 days old, and August 23rd, 2009, John Smoltz, 42 years and 100 days old. Brewers beat the Mets 7-4. Pete Alonso's solo home run, the second, ties him with Darryl Strawberry at 252 for most homers in Mets history. He officially passed Darryl Strawberry tonight. I can tell you that. I can tell you already, by the way. Dodgers beat the Blue Jays 9-1. Trey Ohtani's solo homer in the fifth is his 94th homer in the first 2 seasons with Dodgers, which is tied for 5th most homers in the first 2 seasons with the franchise, behind 1920-21 Babe Ruth, the Yankees 113, 2001-2002 Alex Rodriguez 109 with the Rangers, 1960-61 Roger Maris 100 with the Yankees, and 1950-90-91 Cecil Fielder's 95 with the Tigers, and tied with 1997-1998 Mark McGwire with the Cardinals. And he actually has passed both Big Mac and Cecil Fielder up to tonight's game. So now he has third most at 96. Mariners beat the Rays 7-4. Jamie Crawford 17-pitch pop out to shortstop ties Darren Bragger June 16th, 1995 for most pitches in a plate appearance by Mariner in Mariners history since 1988. Before Nathaniel Lowe Thursday, we hadn't seen a 17-plus pitch play appearance since Austin Meadows in 2021 ALDS first season with multiple since 2018-3. That's it for June 9th. For June 10th, Cardinals beat the Cubs 3-2. Peace Crow Armstrong steals second base in the fourth, marks his 30th stolen base this season, making him the first Cubs player with 30 plus stolen bases in the season at age 23 or younger since Ryan Sandberg in 1983. Phillies beat the Rangers 4-2. Nathan Eovaldi's 1.38 ERA in the first 19 starts of this season is the 5th lowest ERA in the first 19 starts of the season since 1920, behind 1968 Bob Gibson's 1.06, 1968 Luis Tiant 1.27, 2015 Zach Greinke's 1.30, and 1971 Vita Velu's 1.37. Mariners beat the Rays 6-3. Cal Raleigh's 2-run homer the first is his 45th homer this season, tying him for second most by primary catcher in the season. Behind 2021 Salvador Perez is 48, and tied with 1970 Johnny Bench. Is also tied for third most homers this season by a switching batter, behind 1961 and 1956 Biggie Mantle's 54 and 52, and tied with 2006 Lance Berkman and 99 Chipper Jones. Brian Wu's 6 innings pitched is his 23rd straight start of his at least 6 innings this season, which is tied for 4th most in the season in Mariners history, behind 2010 King Felix's 27 and 1995 Randy Johnson's 25, and tied with 2011 King Felix. Felix Hernandez also ties him with 2019 Clayton Kershaw for most in the last 10 seasons. Mariners, Blue Jays beat the Dodgers 5-4. Oh yeah, well that's just Shohei Ohtani tying, passing Big Mac and tying Cecil Fielder. That's it for August 10th. For August 11th, the Phillies beat the Reds 4-1. Schwarber's 2-run homer in the 8th is his 42nd in 118 games this season. which is the most in the first in 118 games in the season in Phillies history, passing 2006 Ryan Howard's 41 and 1979 Mike Schmidt 39. Tigers beat the White Sox 2-1. Colson Montgomery's game-tying solo homer on the fifth baseman at 23 years old, the youngest White Sox player to hit with 10-plus homers in an 18-game span. His 32 games through 10 homers is third fewest in White Sox history behind 1934 Zeke Bonuroth, 25, and 2014 Jose Abreu, 26. Brewers beat the Pirates 7-1, marking 10 straight wins, 10-game win streak, also marking the second time they've had a 10-game win streak this season, which makes them the 10th team to do so since 1969, joining 2019 Astros, 2017 Dodgers, 2015 Blue Jays, 2013 Braves, 2001 Cardinals, 1978 Pirates, 1977 Royals, 1969 Mets, and 1969 Astros. And then also one note from Dodgers Angels sideshow moving up on the list for most in the first two seasons with the team. His solo run out in the eighth is his 38th homer from the leadoff spot this year, making him tied for third most homers out of the leadoff spot in a season in MLB history behind 2023 Ronald Acuna Jr.'s 41 and 2023 Mookie Betts, 2019 George Springer, and 2006 Alfonso Soriano's 39, and tied with 2024 and 2022 Schwarber and 2002 Alfonso Soriano. And that's it for the notes part of this week's episode of the podcast. And now we're going to do a standings update, which will include games that have gone final, because I'm officially just going to do that for tonight, if any games have gone final. And also, as we are starting to get towards the end of the season, I am going to include the wild card standings, because we're at that point where the wild card standings are really going to start to matter. So might as well go over wild card standings. So, standings update. In the AL East, Blue Jays in first place, 69-50, followed by the 65-55 Red Sox, followed by the 63-56 Yankees, followed by the 58-62 Braves, followed by the 53-66 Orioles. In the AL Central, the Tigers in first place at 69-51, followed by the 62-56 Guardians, followed by the 59-60 Royals, followed by the 56-62 Twins, followed by the 43-76 White Sox. In the AL West, the Astros in first place at 67-52, followed by the 67-53 Mariners, followed by the 61-59 Rangers, followed by the 57-62 Angels, followed by the 53-68 A's. In the NL East, the Phillies in first place at 69-50, followed by the 63-55 Mets, followed by the 57-62 Marlins, followed by the 51-67 Braves, followed by the 47-71 Nationals. In the NL Central, the Brewers in first place 74-44, followed by the 67-50 Cubs, followed by the 63-58 Reds, followed by the 61-59 Cardinals, followed by the 51-69 Pirates. And in the NL West, the Dodgers in first place 68-51, followed by the 67-52 Pirates, followed by Padres, followed by the 59-60 Giants, followed by the 57-62 Diamondbacks, followed by the 30-88 Rockies. I also will only, when I mention wild card standings, as I always do, and I will mention again, I only mention teams that are under 10 games back. Once you're 10 games back, I consider it pretty much a lost cause. Cubs lost now 67-51 Cubs and 70-50 Blue Jays, by the way. Either way, about the wild card standings, Cubs are in first place, 4.5 games up, followed by the Padres, who are 3.5 games up, followed by the Mets. Those are the top three, and everyone below them that's not 10-plus games behind. Correct. Followed by the Reds, who are a game and a half back, followed by the Cardinals, who are 3 games back, followed by the Giants, who are 4.5 games back, followed by the Diamondbacks, who are 6.5 games back, followed by the Marlins, who are also 6.5 games back. And then in the AL wildcard standings, Mariners are number one at 3.5 games up. Red Sox are a game and a half up in second, followed by the Yankees. And then behind them, Guardians are a half game back, followed by the Rangers, who are 2.5 games back, followed by the Royals, who are 4 games back, followed by the Rays, who are 5.5 back, followed by the Angels, who are 6 back, and followed by the Twins, who are 6.5 back. The rest I just don't consider within possible chance of flipping around. Now, as for the games currently going on, and then we'll go over the game's final, and then the game, well, pretty much all the games are pretty much going on or about to start. But as for the games currently going on, Yankees are beating the Twins 9-1, bottom 8. Nationals losing the Royals 8-4, top 8. Brewers hammering the Pirates 12-0, bottom 7. Rockies beating the Cardinals 3-0, middle of the 6th. Diamondbacks losing the Rangers 2-1, bottom middle 6th. Red Sox over the Astros 2-0, top 6th. Tigers leading the White Sox 1-0, bottom 5. Dodgers leading the Angels 1-0, bottom 1. Padres are leading the Giants 1-0, top 1. Rays A's about to start. Shane Baz against Hope Jacob Lopez. As for the games that have gone final, the Cubs just lost officially 5-1 to the Blue Jays. Mariners beat the Orioles 1-0. Phillies lost to the Reds 6-1. Guardians beat the Marlins 4-3. And Mets beat the Braves 13-5. And that's it for this week's episode of the pod. Thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're new on YouTube, leave a like, subscribe, and notification bell so notified when I go live and post a new video. If you're new in audio, follow the podcast, leave a review, and notification bell so notified when I post on there. Thank you so much for watching and listening, and I will see you in the next episode, whether that will be next week or once I'm back or in September. Either way, I will see you then. Bye-bye.